I have some questions I need to ask because there's
Sure.
something the ongoing saga of Jimmy Garoppolo
Sure.
that I'm curious about his contract. Now, if they cut him now, he gets $7.5 million, but they get that back if he resigns somewhere else. But do they get that money back if he just disappears, doesn't sign with anybody?
That's a good question. I don't know
Because
the
my
answer. My
theory is
impression is that they don't, but I don't know for certain. And I've
because
gotten conflicting information on this. So I gotta talk to someone. This is a really good question. I don't know.
because if because I believe my prediction is he has thrown his last pass in the NFL. I don't think anybody's going to sign him. I think the league knows
Wow.
that he is not a starting quarterback anywhere,
Wow.
and he may not even be a backup. So I think, put my tinfoil yarmulke on and do a conspiracy theory here that they delayed the surgery so his recovery would go into the season, forcing the 49ers to either cut him and he
Right.
gets a $7.5 million parting gift as he goes off into whatever black hole he goes into on the
Correct.
offseason, or
Correct.
they keep him to the season, he gets 27 million.
You're
Well,
right.
John,
I
he
think you're
gets
absolutely right.
10% of that, so seven
Hold
and a
on.
half.
I think this is what happened. I think he gets $7.5 million cash no matter what. And I think what the deal is, if he signs somewhere else, the Niners get that cap space back. So I think the cash they give to Jimmy actually counts against their cap space. But once he passes a physical and signs somewhere else, they get the cap space back. But I think Jimmy gets to keep that check. I think that's what is going on.
It would be interesting because
Yeah.
it would explain a lot of stuff like the scheduling of the surgery, everything. It was like they just put it into it. They're Jimmy may realize he's done, and he
Right.
just gets another 7.5 million before he goes away.
Right. It made it so that he potentially won't be able to pass a physical
Right.
before the Niners have to decide whether to keep and guarantee his salary. That's
Right.
pretty genius. I mean, if you were Jimmy's agent, wouldn't you advise doing that?
Hell yes, I
Hell
would.
yes.
Hell yes.
Hey, Jimmy, they're trying to fuck
10%,
you. Here's how I'm going to save you.
750,000.
Yeah.
You could make a list of things I wouldn't do for $750,000.
Yeah.
I have a couple other things. One of the things in terms of the quarterback room. Now I've been watching some of those USFL games. Now at the beginning they weren't so hot, but the I think it's the Pittsburgh Stallions. I think they're from Pittsburgh. They have two quarterbacks, Magoo and Smith. Birmingham Stallions. Okay, my charming wife has just told me Birmingham.
She knows.
It reminds me of these things. Anyway, that Magoo and Smith, both of them are pretty good quarterbacks. They both have skill sets that match Trey Lance's. Magoo, I think, is the better of the two. He's their starter. And they both seem to have pretty strong arms. They got to be better than Nate Sedfeld.
I would think. I gotta watch. I haven't watched any USFL. The fact that there could be a quarterback on the Niners named Mr. Magoo, I'm all in. I want that. I'll watch. No, I'll watch their highlights. And when do they? Is the season over? I don't know how I missed.
Over. They should at least bring him in for a workout.
Is it like for 3 weeks?
I don't know.
Where was I?
They had their playoff series and championship game. The Birmingham Stallions did very well. They had both those quarterbacks. Magoo got hurt, and Smith came in. They both can run like crazy.
Okay.
And they both have pretty strong arms. Accuracy, don't know about. They don't have the best receivers, so you don't know.
Right.
So I think
you can't judge accuracy on completion percentage because completion percentage is measuring how often a ball is caught. It's very dependent on the receivers. Extremely.
That's a good point. So
accuracy is about placement, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'd have to say, in relation to the last caller about the fate of DeMeco Ryan, I'll make another prediction here. Next year, he's head coach of the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
That's perfect fit for him. Absolutely perfect.
I thought you were going to say next year Robert Saleh is going to be the Niners defensive coordinator. I was going to be, that's not.
Well, if they cut him if the Jets cut him.
The Jets, he could come right back.
The job would be available to him.
That is probably true. Although I think the Jets should be pretty good this year. We'll see.
But so anyway, that's about it. And then just as an aside on your general what you've been doing, I really admire what you've built up here. This is really something. It would be nice for you to find someone on other teams that the 49ers play that do similar things to you.
I'm way ahead of you. I'm going to do that this year. We had an all publisher conference call at Fan Nation, and I said, "Can we do a weekly thing where we interview each other before the teams play?" And everyone thought it was a good idea. So yeah, we're going to do that.
That would be good because we get you can follow the Niners and you know what's going on, but I don't really know what's going on the Cardinals. Good.
Good idea. Thanks, Schwartz. Call in anytime.